After the age of 45, money decisions begin to feel heavier, not because people suddenly become irresponsible, but because time changes the consequences. When you are younger, mistakes often come with recovery time. There is room to adjust. There is space to experiment. After 45, that margin becomes smaller. Decisions carry more weight, and small mistakes can quietly follow you for years. What makes this stage of life challenging is that most financial mistakes made after 45 are not dramatic. They are rarely reckless. They are usually subtle, emotional, and often driven by good intentions. People want to feel secure. They want to protect their families. They want to make up for lost time. And sometimes those motivations lead to choices that slowly undermine stability instead of strengthening it. One of the most common mistakes is believing that earning more money will automatically solve financial problems. Many adults reach midlife and assume that higher income equals security, but income without control rarely creates peace. As income rises, spending often follows. Lifestyle upgrades feel justified. Comfort becomes routine. And without awareness, the gap between earning and saving remains unchanged. Another costly mistake is postponing decisions out of fear. Fear of choosing the wrong investment, fear of losing money, fear of admitting confusion. This fear often disguises itself as patience, but in reality, it leads to inaction. And inaction is still a decision. Over time, avoiding decisions can quietly limit options and reduce flexibility. Debt becomes especially dangerous after 45. Credit cards, car payments, and personal loans may feel manageable on a monthly basis, but debt reduces freedom. It limits choices. It forces people to work longer than planned, and it increases stress during periods when health and energy should be protected. Many adults also underestimate how much lifestyle inflation affects them. Small conveniences accumulate, subscriptions multiply, dining out becomes routine. These expenses rarely feel excessive individually, but together they create pressure that makes saving harder, even with higher income. Chasing returns is another mistake that becomes more tempting later in life. When people realize they are behind, they often feel urgency. They want fast results. They listen to confident voices promising high returns. But aggressive risk rarely compensates for lost time. More often, it magnifies losses that are emotionally and financially difficult to recover from. Complexity is another silent enemy. Too many accounts, too many strategies, too many decisions. Complexity increases the chance of error. Simplicity improves consistency, and consistency is far more powerful than sophistication. Another overlooked mistake is failing to adjust financial goals. What made sense at 30 may no longer align at 50. Priorities change, risk tolerance shifts, but many plans remain outdated. This misalignment creates unnecessary stress and confusion. Avoiding money conversations is also costly. Silence between partners leads to assumptions. Assumptions lead to misalignment, and misalignment creates problems that could have been prevented through honest discussion. Comparison is another trap. Social media highlights extremes, early retirees, perfect portfolios, but comparison distorts reality. It encourages decisions driven by ego instead of logic. Perhaps the most damaging mistake is believing it is too late. This belief creates resignation. Resignation kills momentum. Progress may be slower after 45, but slower progress is still progress. And progress compounds. At this stage of life, Financial success is not about perfection. It is about direction. Small adjustments made consistently matter more than dramatic changes made occasionally. Confidence does not come from aggressive action. It comes from understanding. Understanding reduces fear, and reduced fear leads to better decisions. Mistakes are not proof of failure. They are feedback, and feedback is valuable if you are willing to learn from it. Many adults underestimate the power of clarity. When financial life becomes clear, decisions become easier, stress decreases, sleep improves, and money begins to feel like a tool instead of a threat. After 45, stability often matters more than growth. Protecting downside becomes more important than chasing upside. This shift alone can dramatically improve long-term outcomes. Another mistake is ignoring health-related costs. Medical expenses often rise with age. Planning without accounting for this reality creates vulnerability. Awareness allows preparation. Flexibility also matters. Retirement does not always mean stopping work completely. Part-time work, consulting, or purpose-driven income can reduce pressure and extend financial runway. Many people also fail to organize their finances. Disorganized accounts create confusion. Confusion leads to inaction. Organization creates clarity. Late starters often underestimate their strengths, experience, discipline, emotional control. These qualities matter more than early starts. One small step taken consistently can change the trajectory of financial life. Clarity creates momentum. Momentum creates confidence. If you recognize yourself in any of these mistakes, awareness alone is progress. The next step is intentional action. This channel exists to help adults understand money realistically and calmly. No hype, no shortcuts, just clarity and consistency. If you want to avoid common financial mistakes and build stability after 45, consider subscribing. New videos are published every week to help you move forward with confidence and peace of mind.